Welcome to our sports top betting picks and plays. This is for the college basketball edition. My name is Abby. Thank you for joining me. It's Thursday, February the 13th. We're here to discuss with you just a slate of college basketball games. We're going to start with the first game on the boards, Monmouth at Stony Brook. The opening number for this is -2, total 143. Right now, we're looking at 2.5. That's the consensus across the board. And the total is 141. So we'll take a look at this game right now. One moment, the line's coming up. So it's at -2 right now. The total is 141. It's come down. The number has come down to 141. So this is oddslogic.com. Again, this is all the latest updated information, the latest line moves, the latest line moves, totals, over-unders, and injury report. That's oddslogic.com. Okay, so we're going to look into this game further. And they played a month ago, January 2nd, in Monmouth, New Jersey. They were 6-point favorites at home, Monmouth, New Jersey. Total is 141. It actually went under the total, under 141.5. Final score is 78-56. Monmouth covered. So they've played these two teams have played to 6 straight unders, which is interesting. Monmouth overall right now 5-5 last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 5-5 to the under. They are 3-2 last 5 games, Monmouth, and are 3-2 to the over. Stony Brook 2-8 last 10 games, 7-3 against the spread, 5-5 over under. Stony Brook 2-3 last 10 games, and are 4-1 to the over. So Stony Brook, they have covered as a dog 4 straight games as an underdog. They covered as a home dog against Townsend. The rest they've covered as a road dog. Now they're 2.5 point underdogs at 2.5. Monmouth 2.5. This is an interesting game. You've already beaten this team a month ago. Well, let's see here. I'm just checking something here. One moment, just checking something. Well, I have a take on this game here. I have 2 takes on this game. I have 2 plays on this game right away. First play I like the under in this game. These two teams have gone under in 6 straight games, so I definitely like the under 141.5. That's basically where it's at right now, or 141. Let's check that. It's right now 141, so it's where at one. I like the under here. I like the under, and I like Stony Brook. I like Stony Brook here. I know it's 2.5. I like Stony Brook here to cover. The reason why is, number one, Monmouth has beaten this team up already last month. They beat them up January 2nd at home. They have beaten these guys. Number two, Stony Brook, they've covered 4 straight as a home dog. They've covered 1 game as an underdog already, a home underdog against Townsend. So I feel that they can cover here against Monmouth, New Jersey. So they have that streak going for them. Another reason is, don't forget, Monmouth, they're in a sandwich spot. They're basically in a sandwich spot right now, where they're on a road trip. They have a 2-game road trip. They got Stony Brook, and then they got to play Townsend this Saturday. So again, it's a 3-game road trip. So this is a sandwich spot, in my opinion. They got the next game they got is Townsend. So this is a sandwich spot, look ahead spot for Monmouth, New Jersey. They got Townsend next, as you can see. So, and they've already beat up this team already, like I said last month. So they're looking past, in my opinion, they're looking past Stony Brook as a look ahead spot, and they're looking ahead to Townsend. Remember Townsend? They lost to these guys about a week ago. They lost to Townsend on the road. So that's the 2 reasons why I like Stony Brook. Those are the main reasons why I like Stony Brook to cover here. It's a very good spot for Stony Brook to at least stay within the points. And I like the under. Like I said, I like the under. They've gone under in 6 straight meetings, and then they go under again. I like the under here a lot. Let's see. I'm just looking at some other angles here. Looking maybe possibly at a first, instead of the full 2.5 or 2, I might look at a first half. Let me see. I'm going to take a look at this. Let's see here. Yeah, I wouldn't talk you off of the first half. If you want to take the first half, I wouldn't talk you off. But let me just see the number here in the first half. Yeah, I wouldn't talk you off of a first half if you want to do that. I'm going to be playing the full game, 2.5. I like a 2.5 Stony Brook. I'm going to be taking that. So that's my play on that game. The next game we're looking at here. Let's see, one moment. So the next game we're going to look at is, let's see, Campbell at Northeastern. That's the next game. Campbell at Northeastern. So Campbell at Northeastern, we're looking at that one. This one opened up at 2.5. Open up at 2.5. Campbell Northeastern. I'm sorry, not 2.5. Excuse me, 1.5. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 1.5. Is it 1.5? No, 2.5. Sorry about that. My eyes are deceiving me. Sorry. 2.5 Northeastern at home versus Campbell. 2.5 point favorites. Total 141. Right now we're looking at. Let's come all the way to 4.5. Let's come all the way down to 4.5. That's what we're seeing now. And the total is still at 141. 4.5, 4. We'll see. Yeah, 141. Yeah, it's at mainly 141 that we're seeing. A bit of 1.4. We'll see. Yeah, still staying out. Let's still say 141. We'll say that. Basically, that's the general consensus. We'll say that. So it's Campbell at Northeastern. So not much there. A lot of money on Campbell, though. Campbell's getting a lot of the money in this game. A lot of the public's on Campbell. The total hasn't moved much. Still at 141, like I mentioned. So look into this game further. This is a 7 o'clock game. Let's see here. Definitely look into this one. Campbell Northwestern. Or Northeastern, excuse me. All right, so this is the first meeting of the season between these two teams, Campbell and Northeastern. Campbell 8-2 last 10 games, 7-3 against the spread, 2-8 to the under. Campbell, they've won 7 straight games, and they've covered as a favorite out of the 7 games. They've covered two as a favorite. They've covered 2 as a favorite and 4 as an underdog. So Campbell's an underdog against Northeastern. So as an underdog, like I mentioned, they've covered 4 straight as an underdog. But mainly those they have covered mainly at home. As a home dog, they've covered. Now they're on the road. They have covered at Hofstra on the road. That's their only cover as a dog on the road. And they're 1-4 to the under last 5 games. Northeastern 4-6 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. Northeastern basically flip-flopping wins and losses, and they are 2-3 in the last 5 games, and are 4-1 to the over. That's the last 5 games. So we'll look into this further. So Northeastern 4.5-point favorites. Yeah, I see why the public's on Campbell. They haven't really been covering at home. They only covered Drexel at home. That was it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Let me look at this further. I see why they're on Campbell, though. I can see why. I can see why they're on Campbell. Let's look at this one carefully. Campbell. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lean to. I'll have to not lean. I'll have to take Campbell here. I agree with the public. I'll take Campbell in the points. Plus 4.5. I'll take Campbell. I'll definitely take Campbell plus 4.5. And I'm gonna look here at the over in this game. I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna bet the over 140.5. Bet the over. I just think at home, when Northeastern's at home, they play at a different pace at home, in my opinion. The pace is different at home. So I like the over in this game. Campbell, I know they're opposite. They play to the under. But I gotta in a case like this, I'm gonna have to take the I'll have to take the over. I'm gonna take the over in this game. Over 140.5. So I like the over, and I like Campbell plus 4.5. I'm gonna take that. That's my play for that game. I don't trust this. Basically, it's a play on not trusting Northeastern to cover the points. It's a play on that, not trusting them to cover. The over, basically, again, Northeastern plays at a little bit of a faster pace at home than on the road, in my opinion. So I like Northeastern on the over the total here. That's what I like. They showed that against Hampton, for example. Hampton, they showed that. They went over in Hampton. It was 140. And they weren't able to cover the spread, see? So I like the over here. So the next game I'm looking at here, let's look at Drexel and Hampton. Next game is Drexel and Hampton. That's the next game. So this one here, it opened up at 1.5 Drexel. Total opened up at 131. The numbers actually come down to 1 now. It's actually down to 1. And the total is, we've seen 130, but it's mainly 1.5. Yeah, so it's come down, like I said, it's 1. And it's one. We're seeing 131.5. We'll say. We'll see. I will leave it like that. 1, and then 1, and then 131.5. So let's look at this one. Drexel Hampton. We'll take a look at this game. Another 7 o'clock start. Let's look at it here. Let's see. You lost a page there. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so Drexel and Hampton. This is the first meeting of this season between these two teams. 4-6 last 10 games, 6-4 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. 2-3 last 5 games, Drexel, and are 3-2 to the over. That's Drexel. Hampton, 4-6 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. So we'll look into this one here. This is Hampton's first game back off a 3-game road trip. And Hampton's an underdog at home. They haven't fared too well as an underdog. Well, I'll take that back. They're basically 2-1 as a home underdog. Hampton. Drexel. Let's see. Drexel on the road. They haven't really been covering on. Oh, they covered Stony Brook on the road. That was last month. Well, Drexel's a 1.5 point favorite. This one's interesting. Not a lot of movement on this game. Not a lot of movement. The movement's pretty stale. Hampton a home underdog. They're within 1-2. Hampton last 5. They're 4-1 to the over. Drexel 3-2 to the over. This is a low 131. Let's look into this further. Boy, let's see, 130. So it's 1 to 130s.
Final.
I'm gonna have to take this game here. I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna lean to the over. It's a lean. Just a lean to the over at 131. I'm gonna lean that way. Probably not gonna get there with this game. It's just a lean. This one's a lean. Lean over 131.5, 131. That's just a lean. As for the side in this game, let's see the side for Hampton. Not a lot of movement. Let's see here. I'm going to take Hampton on the points. Hampton plus 1.5. I'll take Hampton. I like that one more. Hampton plus 1.5. I don't trust Stony Brook on the road. I know they've only covered one road game. They've covered once on the road early last month, but I don't trust them. I just don't trust them here in the points. I'm going to take Hampton plus the 1.5. I'm going to grab that. I like that one more. Hampton 2-1 as a home dog. So I'm going to take Hampton plus 1.5. I'm going to be on that. So we're finished with that game. Next game we're going to look at NC Wilmington at Charleston. That's the next game we'll look at. MC Wilmington. That one here has opened up as 6.5. And the total is 149.5. As you can see there. Right now the total's gone to 150.5. And it's at 6. We're seeing it's 6 right now, going all the way to 6 right now here, and it's 150.5. Let's see, one moment. Okay. Yeah, so it's 150.5 right now. So we're going to look into this game further. This is another 7 o'clock start. So this game here, they played about 2 weeks ago. This game was in Charleston. Charleston was a 2-point favorite. Total is 155.5. Wilmington won 85-83. They covered and went over the total 155.5. So this is the rematch. The rematch is in Wilmington. So So Wilmington won the match 85-83. Wilmington covered and won. Wilmington's won 3 straight in this series. 3 games, they've won 3 straight in this series. So Wilmington's at home this time. They are a 6.5-point favorite. So look into this one further. Now the line dropped down to 6. So we're going to look into this game. Charleston 7-3 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 5-5 to the over, the over/under. Charleston's won 2 straight games at home. They're 4-1 last 5 games. Let's see. Now, as for Wilmington, 9-1 last 10 games. They have won 8 games in a row. They're 7-3 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. During the winning streak, they've covered 5 games. 5 out of the 8 games on the 8-game winning streak. They've covered 5 out of the 8s. 5-0 last 5 games, and are 3-2 to the over. So Wilmington 2-3 to the 3-2 to the over. Charleston is basically 2-3 to the under. This one's at 150. The first meeting was at 155. 150 here. Wilmington. They have played well. They have been covering. Covered Hampton at home. They've been covering. William and Mary, they've covered Northeastern. Charleston. It's a 6-point. Let's look at this one further. Let me look at this one. I'm definitely going to look into this game here. Let's look at this one here. Charleston. Let me see. I'm just looking into this one further. Let's see. See if I can get a good angle on this game. My take on this, I'm going to take the Charleston in the first half. Plus 3.5 Charleston first half. That's my take on this game. I think it'll be close early on. I think it'll be close early. It'll be a close game early on. Just like in the first meeting. The first meeting was close. It was tight in the first half. Yeah, it was tight in the first half. I know Wilmington won the first half. They were in Charleston, but I just think this game will be a little bit closer. Just looking at the number and looking at the first half number, 3.5. I'm looking at this game a bit close from the beginning, and then Wilmington may or may not pull away. That's the way I'm looking at this game. Plus 3.5 first half. I don't have nothing on the total. I would lean under. I lean under 150.5, but I like more the first half. Plus 3.5 Charleston. I'm gonna take that route. That's my play on that. Next game that I'm gonna look at. We're going to look at Hofstra and William Mary. That's the next one. Hofstra and William Mary. That'll be the next game. Hofstra, William Mary. This one here, 1.5 is the number, opening number. Total 145.5. Right now, it's come to 2.5. So we're seeing 2s, 2.5s come up. And it's still 145. Yeah, it's 145. 145.5. It hasn't really, total hasn't really moved. So we'll say 2. It's at 2 right now. Like I said, the total hasn't really moved. So we have some action on this game here. So it's at 2. Yeah, it's gone down to 2. William Mary getting all the public money in this game. The total is 145. That hasn't moved at all. That stayed at 145. Hasn't really gone anywhere. So we're going to look into this game. Yeah, so we're going to look into this game further. That's Hofstra, William Mary. This one here, they played last month. That's January 2nd at Hofstra. Hofstra was favored plus at 5.5. William Mary covered the 5.5. And William Mary won 74-56. It stayed under 150. So they've gone under in 2 straight games. This is the second meeting. And this one is in William Mary. Hofstra. Yeah, so Hofstra 3-7 last 10 games, 3-6-1 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Hofstra's lost 3 straight games. Yeah, Hofstra's lost 3 straight games as a favorite. They're 1-4 last 5 games, and are 4-1 to the over. William Mary. Yeah, William Mary, 6-4 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 3-7 to the under. William Mary coming off a 2-game road trip. They've lost 2 straight games themselves. 2 in a row they've lost, and they're 2-3 in the last 5 games, and are 1-4 to the under. So William Mary is favored in this game. They haven't been doing. They covered Hampton as a favorite at home. That was 2 weeks ago. And they covered Elon earlier last month. So yeah, that's what they've done for that. So they're off a road trip back at home. William Mary 2.5. Beat him last game. William Mary at home. Let's look in this one further. I'm going to take here Hofstra. I'm going to take Hofstra plus the 2.5. I feel, again, this is another situation. Number 1, William Mary. I like to fade teams coming off a road trip. So William Mary, I have to fade them here. And so number 1, they're coming off a road trip where they lost to Drexel and Delaware. And then number 2, this is a look-ahead spot to Drexel. They lost to these guys about a week ago. So you got to play them again on Saturday. This Saturday they have to play them. And William Mary has already beaten up Hofstra already on the road. So I can see why so in my opinion, I feel that they're going to look past Hofstra, because they remember they have to face the team that they lost to about they lost to these guys about a week ago, like I said. So those are the 2 reasons why I look at this as a sandwich spot for William Mary, and this is why I like Hofstra to take advantage and cover the 2.5. I like them here to cover. They've been covering pretty well, so they covered at Elon as a 3.5-point underdog. They've basically been on the road 1-1-1. They pushed against Townsend, so 1-1-1 as a road underdog. That's Hofstra. So I like Hofstra here plus the 2.5. I'm going to take Hofstra. I like them here. As far as the total, no play on the total. I like Hofstra and the points. That's what I like. That's my play on that game. Next game we're going to look at. It's going to be Elon. We'll look at the Elon game. Elon at home versus North Carolina AT&T. So Elon 13.5 favorites. Total 142.5. Right now, it's come down. It's at 12. It's at 12 right now, and it's 142. It's right down to 142. Let's see here. Yeah, it's coming all down to 142. Okay, just one moment. So we're going to look into this now. Elon, North Carolina AT&T. So let's see here. One moment. So they played last month. This game was in North Carolina AT&T. Elon was favored 6.5. At North Carolina AT&T. The total was 152.5. Elon covered 75.68. I'm sorry, 75.67. They covered, and it was under 152.5. So this series they've gone over in 4 straight games. So NC AT&T, they're on a 3-game road trip. This is the final game of the 3-game road trip. They are 0-10. They lost 10 straight games. They're 4-6 to the against the spread, 4-6 to the under. 10 straight losses. Out of the 10 straight losses, they have covered 4 games. They've covered 4 games, including the last 2 games they've covered. Now they're at Elon here, and they've gone 2-3 to the under. So Elon 4-6 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 5-5 over under. Elon's lost 2 straight games, so they're off of a 2-game road trip. They're 1-4 last 5, and are 2-3 to the under. So both teams right now are playing to the under. First game went under. Let's see here. Yeah, I like the under in this game. I'm going to play the under. Under 141.5. And I like Elon. Elon to cover the points. Elon minus 12. And under 141.5. That's my play for this game. Okay, so the next game we're going to look at here will be Charleston State at home versus Grand Canyon. That'll be the next game we're going to look at. So this game, Charleston State at Grand Canyon, they open up at minus 11, as you can see, total 137. Now we're seeing it go from 11 to, we saw a 12.5, 12. 130. So basically 137. So you saw it come down to 136.5. Yeah, so that looks at 136.5 at 12. That's the main thing. So we'll see. We'll look here to see. Grand Canyon at 12. Tarleton over 136. So we're going to look into this game further. This is an 8 o'clock game, so we'll look into this game further. Head to head, we'll look into this one. Tarleton, let's see. Okay, so we see the matchup here. So head-to-head, this one here. They played last month, actually. These two teams played at Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon was a 15.5-point favorite. They covered 88-64. And the total's at 136 and went over 136.5. So this game's in Charleston State. 8-2 last 10 games, Grand Canyon. They're 4-1 last 5 games. 4-1. And they are 2-3 to the under. So Grand Canyon on the road. They haven't covered. They only covered one game on the road this year. That was against Delaware State. That's it. They haven't really covered on the road after that. Tarleton State's 5-5 last 10 games, 5-5 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. So Tarleton State lost 2 straight games. They were 2-3 last 5 games, 3-2 to the over. So they're. I don't think they've been a home dog. Let me see. Yeah, they were a home dog against Christian Baptiste. Christian Baptiste, they're a home dog, 3.5 point home dog, and they covered in 1. That was last month. Then they were a home dog against University of Texas Arlington, +5 last month, and they covered. So they've done pretty well as a home dog. They've covered 2 games as a home dog. They've done pretty well. And Grand Canyon, they struggle out on the road to cover. I'm gonna have to take Tarleton State here. I like Tarleton State plus. It's gone to, I believe, 12. I saw it 12. I gotta take Tarleton State in the points. I like him to cover here plus the 12. I just saw it 12. Let me see. Yeah, I just saw it 12. I gotta take Tarleton State plus 12. I'm gonna be on that for sure. 11.5, 12. Trying to shop around to get the best number, but I like Charleston State here. I don't trust Grand Canyon on the road to cover these points. I don't trust them. Next game we're going to look at Maryland at Nebraska. This is going to be a good one. Maryland at Nebraska. So this one, basically the line here is -1.5 Nebraska. That's the opening. Yeah, 1.5 Nebraska opening number at home, Maryland, and the total is 147.5. Now it's gone up to 2, and it's 148. So it's gone up a little bit. So look into this one further. Definitely gonna look into this one. All right, so it's at 2, the public on Nebraska. And the public's on the over. I can see why. It makes sense. Let's look into this one further. It's 8:30 start tonight. Let's see if I'm with the public or not on this one. Maryland at Nebraska. Let's look at this one here. Well, they played last month in Maryland. So about 3 weeks ago they played, we'll say. Maryland was a 9-point favorite at home. They were a 9.5-point favorite at home. Nebraska covered the 9.5. Maryland won 69-66. It went under the total, under 146. Maryland now last 10 games 7-3. They are 4-1 last 5 games, Maryland, and 3-2 to the over. So Maryland on the road at Nebraska. Nebraska 4-6 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. Nebraska's won 4 straight games. They've covered 2 straight, covered 1 at home, 1 on the road, and they've covered as a dog. 3-2 last 5 to the over. So both teams playing to the over at 3-2. Nebraska, they did cover the last home game against Ohio State. They did cover that one. They're very good at home. Very good home team. Yeah, they've covered. That's the last one. They showed some signs. They're playing well. It's 147. Let's look at this one here. 8:30 start. Let's see. I'm going to look into this one further. Let's see here. Let's look at this 8:30 start. I'm gonna take the I know the first game went under, but I'm gonna grab the over in this one. I like the over here. I'm gonna take the over. Both teams at this time, since that meeting that they had a couple weeks ago, both teams are playing to the over right now. A lot has changed within 2 to 3 weeks of the last meeting on January 19th. So I'm gonna go with the over in this game. I agree with the public. I agree with the public here. The public's got the over, 148, or it's 147. Yeah, I agree with the public here. I'm gonna take the over here. Plus, I saw 148. It's at Bet Rivers. I gotta take the over. I'm gonna take the over. Over 148, or 147.5, 148. I'm gonna be on that one. I have no play on the side. I'll skip the side. Just take the over in Maryland, Nebraska, 147.5, 148. So I'll be on that one. Next game is going to be Memphis at South Florida. So again, Memphis and South Florida. We're going to look into that game now. Memphis, South Florida. Okay, we'll look into this one. Memphis and South Florida. This one here opened 6.5. Memphis. Total 151.5. We are looking now at 7.5. Then it went down to 7. So this number has dropped a bit. The total is 151.5. It's gone to 152. Let's look at this one here. A lot of movement in this game. Memphis, South Florida. Memphis. The public likes Memphis. Total has gone down to 151. Let's look at this one further. Memphis, South Florida. I think that's a 9 o'clock start, I believe. Let me check. I think it's 9 o'clock. Memphis, South Florida. Yeah, 9 o'clock start. So this is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. Memphis, 9-1 last 10 games, 2-8 against the spread, 5-5 over under. Memphis, they have won 7 straight games, 7 in a row. Out of the 7 games, they've covered only twice. At UAB, at Tulane, they've covered. 4-1 to the over last 5 games. South Florida, 4-6 last 10 games, 3-7 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. 2-3 South Florida last 5 games, and 2-3 to the under South Florida last 5 games. Let's see here. This one's 151. Let's look at South Florida. They're a rare home dog right now at home. Well, FAU didn't cover it there. Let me look at this again. I'm just looking at the total. Yeah, the only way I can look at this game, I have to look at the over. Over 151.5. I know it's come down. But I have to look at the over in this game. Over the 151.5. That's my play on this game. I like the over. Memphis playing to the over. I just feel Memphis is going to dictate the pace of this game to force South Florida to play to the over, to their style of basketball. Yeah, I like the over in this game. Over 151.5. Yeah, I'm going to play the over. Definitely playing the over in this game. Over 151.5. Memphis, South Florida. I like that one. Yeah, I like that one there. Yep. The next game we're going to look at. No play on the side for that game. Just the over I like. Oregon State at Portland. Oregon State at Portland. That's the next game to look at. Oregon State, Portland. That game opened up at 13. Oregon State at 13. We're seeing it now at 13.5. We're seeing 13.5s come across the board. And it's 144.5. Let's see. $144.5. Let's see here. Let's see. So we're going to look into this one further. Let's see here. So they did play last year close to New Year's Eve. This is in Oregon State. Again, Portland's was a 17.5 point underdog. This is in Oregon State. Portland covered. They lost by 10, 89-79, and it went over 140.5. Or it went over 140, excuse me. So this game now is in Portland. They're on the road, Oregon State. They are in the last, they're 6-4 last 10 games, 3-2 last 5, and are 4-1 to the over. Okay, Portland 3-7 last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, 7-3 to the over, and are 2-3 last 5 games, and are 3-2 to the over. I can't see here. So Portland at home. Let's see, as a home dog, they haven't really fared too well as a home dog. Yeah, they haven't played well as a home dog. Yeah, they haven't fared too well. Oregon State, though, as a favorite on the road. They covered Pacific as a favorite on the road. That was it. Yeah, the only way I can look in this game, I can't touch the side. This one, I can't touch the side in this game. The only way I can look in this game, Oregon Portland. The only way I can look, I'd have to look at the over. I'd have to look at the over in this game. Actually, hold. Let me look at this again. Because it dropped to 140. I saw 143. Oh, it's coming down. Yeah. I mean, let me take a look at this again. It's clearly dropping down here. Let me see. Let's look at this game. This is a tricky game. This is very tricky. Man, this is a very, very tricky game. Let me look at this line one more time. Let me look at this one again. Let me see. I'll lean to Portland. This is going to be a lean. I'll lean Portland plus 13.5, 13. That's going to be a lean. I don't know if I'm going to get there with this game, but it's just a lean. That's a tough game to figure out. But if you want my opinion, a lean plus 13. Portland at home as a home dog. That's all I have for that game. I don't have anything else. That's all I have for that one. The last thing we're going to look at is Gonzaga versus San Francisco. That's the last game we're going to look at. Gonzaga. Last game we're going to look at on the board. Gonzaga's will put up as 14.5-point favorites. They're now the total is 152. Now it's come all the way down to 13.5. It's dropped all the way down 13.5. And we're seeing let's see here. Yeah, 13.5 has come down right now, and we're looking at 154. Okay, so we're looking to this now. San Francisco favored in this game to cover. The public's on San Francisco. This one's 154. So look at this game head to head. We'll take a look at this one. That's the Gonzaga game, the last game on the board that we'll look at. Let's see. So Gonzaga's beaten them 10 straight times. This is the first beginning of the season. We're just looking at the past history, but this is the first time they're playing this season. 7-3 last 10 games, San Francisco. 5-5 against the spread. 5-5 over under. San Francisco's won 4 straight games. They won on the road at Marymount. 4-1 last 5. 2-3 to the under. So they're doing it with a bit of defense as well. That's what I see here in this game. Let's look at Gonzaga. 7-3 last 10 games. 3-7 against the spread. 6-4 to the over. 2-3 Gonzaga last 5 games to the under. So both teams right now playing to the under in this game. That's interesting. So look at the they've won 2 straight Gonzaga. They're basically 4-1 last 5 games. They're at home, covered Oregon State at home. Their last home game didn't cover Marymount. Gonzaga doing it with the last three games. They're playing a lot. They're doing it with defense. They're very defensive oriented here. This one's at 153. Yeah, Gonzaga doing it with defense on the defensive side of the ball. Let's see something here. Let's look at this one closely. I'm just looking at the first half. Let me just look at the first half. I'm looking at the first half here. Let's see. I'm going to lean to the under. I like the under in this game. I like under 150, 154. I know the number is going up. I know it's going up, but I'm going to take the under in this game. I like the under here. It's jumped to 154 now, but I'm going to take the under in this game. Both teams right now are playing to the under their last 5 games. Despite these teams playing to the over the last 2 meetings, I'm gonna take the under in this game. I like the under 154 to the under. I like the under here. That's my play in this game. I don't have a play on the side. If I had to play the side, I would lean San Francisco. It's just a lean San Fran, but I'm not touching it. I like the under 154. 154, 154 and a half, under. I'd pound the under in this game. Full game under. All right, it's college basketball edition. Thank you for joining me. My name is Abby. Whether you fit or follow my picks and plays, it's up to you. I just look at the games how I see fit and what I like. I just go off of that. So whatever you do, whatever you choose to play, I hope you cash those tickets. Good luck to you. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Stay humble. Believe in yourself. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so we can give you and provide more picks and plays for these games each and every day on the College Basketball Show. Again, my name is Abby. Again, take care. Good luck. Peace.